Good morning, guys. October the 23rd here in Central Illinois. Well, I thought I'd shine a little light on the subject this morning so you could see exactly what I'm talking about. The new beer car is coming along pretty good. I believe the last time we talked, I was going to do some brush work, and unfortunately, I have to do brush work with a aerosol spray paint, which is the consistency of water. And that means multiple times of brushing it. Now, I don't know if you can. Yes, of course you can. We've got what in the Navy, this is called a holiday. It's not a complete cover. So this has been painted. This was painted maybe 4 times. Now, I had this all masked off. And of course, if you're going to repaint it again, you need to have it rock solid. Because what will happen is when you go and run the full length, where it's solid, it will dissolve and the black will show through. And of course, where it's light, it will cover. So this is set for 24 hours, and I will go back and I will touch this up on both sides, and I'll be happy with it. This is when you mask it off and you spray paint it like this, you have less problems. So we've got both of these sides will soon be done. Like I say, I'll have a little bit of touching up to do. And like I told you the last time, I use an original to gauge my work by. And as you can see, a lot of the stuff that they did, it ain't exactly a nice straight line. Of course, these people were working with brushes and probably no masking tape. So I don't have a hand that could do that. My freehand work is limited at best. But like I say, I use this stuff as a guide. My stuff has to be as good or better. I don't want it perfect because I don't think a lot of people realize that this car is all handmade. This is a 2-piece roof. The rib is soldered on the top. All the supports, those are all hand soldered. The sides and the ends are totally separate. They're hand soldered on. The truss bars are hand soldered on. So there's a huge amount. These are basically custom built. They're hand built, each and every one of them. I mean, come on. Can you imagine spending all day trying to paint the ladders and the brake wheels? It's tedious for me. I don't know if they had a certain number of these that they had to get done in a day to get paid for, but I'd be starving to death because I ain't that fast. And like I say, they use a brush. I use a brush. If I take this and mask it off, then I paint it. But when it comes to the ladder and the brake wheel, I use a stylus. I collect basically one large drop at a time. You don't want to get too big of a drop, and you put it on the brake wheel or the top or the rungs on the ladder and watch the paint flow. You just don't want it to flow onto the main body itself. And you look at some of this stuff, and of course they've got it on the main body. Like I was telling you the other day, some of them finish it out underneath. This one, the truss bars are finished out. The foot stirrups are finished out. But while the coupler guide is finished out on the front, they didn't bother to finish it out on the back. So personal preference, I'm thinking, for each one of these workers. But this is what I use when I'm working on this stuff. So this is what I've done so far. I have gotten my rubber stamps, and I am well pleased with them. Here's the balk goat head. This, I haven't done it on this, of course, but I've already done a trial piece. This is an absolutely awesome goat head. It really transfers well. At least it does I showed you that black sheet of steel that I did, done with the satin black. It really transfers nicely. I'm hoping that it will transfer as nicely on the car body, because the car body is not as flat as what my practice piece of steel is. The other thing I had made was a Yingling's rubber stamp. Now, what I was going to do, I made these large. What I was going to do was to put the Yinglings right up here at the very top, and then underneath of it the goat head. I don't think that's going to be doable because they are slightly too big. And since the goat head is so impressive, I think I'm going to center it just right. Then I've got another stamp that says, since 1829. Now, I've got one made, but it's absolutely tiny, way smaller. In fact, it's about the size of the safety first stamp on this. I wanted something bigger, so I've got another stamp on the way that's going to be slightly bigger. Like I told you before, I've got yellow printer's ink, oil-based printer's ink, and the yellow transfers great on this back. You can obviously tell it's yellow. So I'm going to have the rubber stamping on this side will be yellow to match the yellow on the label on the left-hand side. So that's where we're at with this thing. It's coming along well. Here again, I got to go back through it with my brush and cover up any of the holidays. The ladder on this turned out quite nicely. I was checking my ladder against their ladder. I need 4 hands when I do this stuff, honest to God. And as you see, they left brown. All they did was they just painted the top. And I tried to do that well or better. Most of the time I do better with the ladders. And doing the ladders is, that's hard work. One little flub and you got a different color on the base of the car. So it's coming along really, really well. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to get these labels glued to the side of the car like I did with the Tube City. And like I say, I use decoupage material and give this about 2 coats. It's basically a matte finish, and like I say, it looks like wood glue. So I put about 2 coats on that, and that should pretty much have it done. It'll be ready to get on the rails. I'll do some more rubber stamping, on the end, put some numbers on it and various other things. Air brakes like I did with this. So the black and the yellow and the red contrast is really nice. And I try to color coordinate. Red for the Yinglings, the rubber stamping, yellow. So everything blends together. Almost everything that's on the label is how the car is set up. So I don't know that it might pop as good as what the Tube City. I really like that color combination. I think this is going to be a sight for sore eyes, especially if you got a beer in your hand. So today I got me a new cleaning lady coming in. I tried to convince her that they're fairly reasonable, but I said if she just dressed like a French maid with 4-inch heels and nylon stockings, I'd give her $75 an hour, but she wasn't willing to bite on that. So she's going to clean the house for much less, but at least I'll get somebody back out here cleaning my house again. It's I do it, and I get tired of doing it. And I had a cleaning lady, and she fell ill, and she's left a big hole in my heart, that's for sure. She did the most fantastic job of cleaning, and I hope that she gets better, because even with the gal I got, I have her come in once a month. I'll rehire her, and I'll have the house cleaned every 2 weeks. I'll never let her go as long as she wants to clean house. It's just, I can't wait 3 or 4 months to find out what the prognosis is going to be, and I can only hope it's going to be good for her, because she's an awfully good person. So we'll see how today turns out, and how squeaky clean they get the house. We'll see what happens. But that's pretty much it for what we're doing right now. You guys have a good day. You guys out there in York, I see that the weather's fantastic out there, so have a good time. Start posting some of these prizes and special purchases that you've got. Something's always out there coming out of the woodwork. All right, we'll talk with you all later. Have a good one. Toodaloo.